Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you're
Nerding Out with Rickshaw.
that's the
Oh
voice I
fuck.
do. That's the voice I do when I'm making Toby's voice. Toby was like,
God damn it, Michael. It's not my voice. That's not
It's
my
dead
voice.
on, dude. It's dead on. Sounds like a Muppet. Dude, that's dead fucking on, bro.
God damn it.
yeah.
It's like half
He's like-
Kermit.
Half Kermit mixed with Bert, you know?
Michael making me do all the work. Damn it.
That
Anyways,
just sound like
guys,
a Muppet on King of the Hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, guys, introduce yourselves.
Guys, I'm Fuzz.
Well,
I'm Rabbit.
I am Toby, the one that has the Muppet voice.
He tried to make his voice lower.
My name is Toby. My name's Toby. You want to suck my dick for money?
How much?
How much, dude? I'm
So
broke.
Yeah, so guys, today we're going to talk about some Batman stuff because the new Flash movie came out and I saw it. I know Toby saw it. And I doubt the other guys have seen it.
I've seen the new Flash movie.
Oh,
Ooh, look at
this
that cup,
guy.
dog.
It's like
The
showing
only
off
good
the
thing
cup.
about that movie, am I right?
That's
The
right.
only
Damn
good thing about that movie.
That cup is dope.
You know you're in full dad mode though whenever you just like show up and you're like
Hey,
everybody's like what the hell?
I didn't know
Check out my
Yep.
cup.
I honestly didn't know the cup lit up until the very end of the movie. I was like, what the fuck's at the bottom of this cup? And I pulled it and I was like, what is that? And then I found the switch and I flipped it on and it lit up and everyone around me just kind of looked at me like, what the fuck is that? It was awesome.
Dude, you're such an old man.
I know,
Oh
I
man,
know.
I just figured this cup out, man. I was wondering why it was $30 whenever I was at the concession.
I honestly was. I was like, why is that cup so goddamn expensive?
Yeah, full dad mode, showing up to show off your cup without and then not really saying anything about it, waiting for someone else to bring it up.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you
Yeah,
see the cup?
yeah. Just kind of sip
You're
on
like-
it.
Yeah. Oh, you see the cup, huh?
Oh, this cup?
That
Yeah.
was a $30 cup.
This cup is as pretty as my yard, and I mowed it yesterday. You know,
But yeah, aside from the Ezra Miller controversy, I enjoyed the movie. Ezra did a great job, even though he's a terrible person, and I'm sure he's on probation and all sorts of stuff like that. But it was a good movie. Michael Keaton was in it, and that's why we're going to talk about Batman today, because it seems like there are several different Batmans, and then a lot of different people favor a lot of different Batmans. So we have the Adam West version, right? There's the Adam West. Then there was the Michael Keaton version. Then there was the Val Kilmer version. Then there was the George Clooney version.
Yep.
And then there was the Christian Bale version. Then there was the Ben Affleck version. And then now the newest one was the Edward.
The Edward.
you
Robert
know what?
Pattinson.
The Edward.
It's Robert
No,
Pattinson.
he's Edward, dude. You don't ever come back from that, dog. You don't come
Yeah,
back from being a
Team-
sparkling vampire, bro. You
Team
just
Edward.
don't.
I mean, he was dope, but let's start with Toby. Who is your Batman?
Oh man, look, my favorite Batman I think is Keaton. I think Michael Keaton, but it's just nostalgia. I don't think he was a great Bruce Wayne, but I thought he was the most like a detective, or like very very like critical, like especially okay. There's a gag in the new movie where he asks everyone's weight, like. He's calculating stuff all the time. So I feel like he's the closest one to a Batman out of all the Batmen. Where he's like trying to think 2 steps ahead, make sure everything is correct. And but that one's my favorite. But are we not including animated Batman?
I mean, we're just talking about live action.
Live
but
action?
You could do honorary. Obviously, Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy is the voice of
that
Batman.
that gets into like voiceover acting. That's totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it needs to stay live action.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
That I think I did like Ben Affleck's look, but I like it because it's very Batman Returns look. But
Mhm.
Keaton, I'm just gonna have to stick with Keaton. I think Keaton's he's not the best Bruce Wayne, but he's the best Batman.
Okay. Rabbit. If you haven't, let's talk about this real quick. Rabbit has come
All right.
back to the podcast. He used to be, if you've watched my podcast from the beginning, it used to be called Worship and Tribute Nerd, and
What's that?
Rabbit was one of the old schoolers on that. So welcome, Rabbit, back. And Rabbit
Welcome.
has a lot of strong opinions.
I
and
do.
Yeah, and that's why we have.
Glad to be here. We're gonna talk Batman right off the bat. So
Right off the bat.
I mean, let's get into strong opinions. Toby called it. Michael Keaton was not the best Bruce Wayne. So in that respect, you cannot be the best Batman. You just can't. You have to have a duality. The only actor in my mind that has done duality of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Batman is Christian Bale.
Okay. I
So my
appreciate
vote is Christian Bale, and I will back that
Yeah.
against anybody.
I mean, I like the fact that in those movies, when he was Bruce Wayne, he just like put on a facade. You know what I mean?
That's his
persona.
persona.
He's
Yeah.
like, I'm a douchebag millionaire.
Right.
Yeah,
trying to
he definitely
bang."
he definitely had the best Bruce Wayne out of everyone. I think,
And the best Batman.
'Cause
I
he
don't
was
know.
American
You
Psycho.
have the best. Okay, I will say this,
Yeah,
Toby.
I need you
Just
to defend
hear
it a
me
little
out.
more.
No, hear me out for just a second.
Okay.
A man dressed as a bat,
Okay.
running through Gotham City, fighting crime.
Okay.
He's not a sane person.
No.
He is just as insane as the people he's trying to put away. He just has a moral code. He has a moral compass. But he's dressed as a bat. He's off kilter. So yes, the voice is kind of crazy. Everybody wants to talk about the voice. Christian Bale's voice is so bad. Oh my God, the voice. It's so bad. Yes, he's a man dressed as a bat fighting crime. A vigilante. Yes. And the duality of Bruce
Rabbit's
Wayne
back, baby.
to Batman, nobody does it better than Christian Bale. Fight me.
All right. Well, Fuzz, what do you got going on? Who's your Batman?
I'm scared to say George Clooney is a joke now. No, actually, sadly, I would love to disagree with Abbott because it would be fun. I'm gonna have to agree with he as a Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale was like the legit. I'm fucked up. My parents, died. I'm fucked up in the head. I'm almost as fucked up as the people that I'm trying to stop. Like, he really played a great Bruce Wayne, and his voice bothered me, but you had to cover up his actual voice, so you got to put that on, and I thought Christian Bale, it kills me not to say Michael Keaton, but dude, Christian Bale is just, God, he just killed it. He just fucking killed it. I'm going to have to go with Christian Bale and George Clooney in a close second,
So me personally, Michael Keaton is my Batman. Grew up with that shit. That was the first, and we were talking about this too. That was like the first real comic book movie to happen, to where you watch a movie and it feels like the pages of a comic, and people are dressed like they would be in the comic. That was really the first time we got it, because it was like that, and then jump ahead, and then we got like Spider-Man, like what, over 10 years later? What, like 89?
Yeah.
So many years
Like,
later. It was so
Yeah.
many years later.
Decade.
yeah,
It was over.
it was over a decade later. So it's like that to me just burnt an image into my head as Batman. And like, he did do a lot of rumbling in the 89 version, but like in the new Flash movie, dude, he was messing some fools up.
He was
It
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's tight.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet, and I will say this as a concession: Michael Keaton is my second favorite Batman.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
He also like
I
he-
mean,
as much as he doesn't, you like you said with Christian Bale doing this duality, like as much as he doesn't act like a crazy rich billionaire in those movies to try and hide the fact that he's Batman, he has a suave like thing to him. You know what I mean? He's like talking to Vicky Vale. He's always brooding. Like I'm pretty sure there's a scene where
does he
he's like
though?
there's a scene where Alfred's talking to him and he's literally like chewing on his glasses like with his eyebrow up in the air like thinking
That's
like
that's
shit.
Michael
And that's
Keaton's brooding.
and
Yeah.
that's like
Look, Michael
Bruce
Keaton is
Wayne.
Michael Keaton is an amazing actor.
Yeah.
And he's done some things that I really love. Like Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah. But and like I said, he's my second favorite Batman. Like that's a pretty good
I mean that's
pretty high up there on the list.
so
I-
but so for me, the reason.
But I think
Oh, go ahead, dude. Finish.
I think it's just nostalgia. I think people just get like Prince did the soundtrack. Is Prince your favorite Batman, or is Michael Keaton your favorite Batman, or is Jack Nicholson's performance as the Joker
So-
making Michael Keaton a better Batman? Like,
That was my point. So my point with that, I love Michael Keaton as Batman, but to me, Joker made the Michael Keaton Batman. Penguin made the Michael Keaton Batman. Little Shelley Pfeiffer made that
Shelley
Batman, dude.
Pfeiffer.
So I'm
Wearing
just
that
saying,
bat suit. Woo,
dude. I'm
babe.
just saying, like,
yeah,
to me, like, the Michael Keaton Batmans were definitely the closest to a comic book, and the villains were also the closest to comic book villains. However, like, I think they made the villains made Michael Keaton kind of seem cooler than he actually is. Like,
yeah.
like it just that's what made those movies so good, is that the overall acting was incredible. Like
Right.
like you can't. I mean, they were just all amazing actors and actresses. So I think that's why Michael Keaton's Batmans are so badass. But dude, Christian Bale just
Well, I mean,
killed
the-
it overall as a
it's-
Batman.
It's hard to even compare the two because obviously Christopher Nolan is known for making some of the best movies to exist, but the approach on a Batman movie with Christopher Nolan versus Tim Burton is going to be crazy different.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
because I mean that's also, part of it if you're digging deep, because I could see the Tim Burton Batman straight out of the pages of a comic book.
I was gonna say
Do
the
I
same
see-
thing.
Do I see it with the Christopher Nolan? No, but it's a really good version of it. You know what I mean? It's like a different level of a Batman. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
They made it more lifelike
Right.
with the Christian Bale movies. Like, it was more relatable. It wasn't like, oh, this is a comic. It kind of felt like, no, this is like legit shit. That's fucking, yeah.
Mhm.
I feel you.
I think the Michael Keaton. I think that Gotham is much more fun, and it's got like a
Agreed.
lot more of the gothic looking buildings and stuff, and everything's
Yeah.
just that Tim Burton style. But I don't know. I like
Yeah.
the aesthetics. Everything about the Keaton universe is so cool and stuff. Like, when we get into like George Clooney and Val Kilmer, I feel like they were especially with the George Clooney one. I feel like they were trying to do Adam West Batman. Like, they tried
Yeah,
to
but
make it
they were
fun
just-
and pow
yeah, they're-
almost.
you're just going about it all wrong. You know what I mean? You can't mix too many ideas, or you're
Right.
just gonna you put a bunch of random shit in an omelet, and it could end up being awful. So,
Yo, but Nicole Kidman killed it in Batman Forever, though, dude.
I know, she's the best.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying, when she's in that
I
sheet,
I honestly think honorable mention personally to Ben Affleck. I think that he could have been an awesome Batman. He just didn't really get much to work with. And then when he wanted to direct his own Batman, I was like 100% down for it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, but apparently they wouldn't even bend to some of the things he wanted to do, and then that's where it fell apart. You know what I mean? And then eventually it became the Edward version.
Well, I think the Ben Affleck
Robert Pattinson.
Ben Affleck got
Edward
they kept making him like even in the new Flash movie. I'm not giving anything away. He smiles real big, and it's like, that's not Batman. You know,
I just think
The one scene in Justice League,
Uh-huh.
I think it's Justice League, where Batman just fucks everybody
Yeah.
up. That scene
the
is one of the
house.
best Batman scenes
Yeah.
ever filmed.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I agree with that.
Well, I mean, like I said, you haven't seen the Flash yet.
I haven't seen
but there is
no, yeah,
there's some
I'm sure it's no
awesome
Aquaman.
Batman stuff.
I'm sure it's no Aquaman.
I bet.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what? I almost think this Flash movie might change your guys' opinion on who's the Batman. Who's your Batman?
Yeah.
As soon as you watch this Flash movie, you'll be like, I was fucking wrong. I was fucking wrong.
No, I won't say that
Oh.
because I know what you're saying is because it's nostalgia factor.
It's
which
it's not
we got-
even. It's not even
we
the
got-
nostalgia. It is a
Well,
little
it's-
bit. It is a little
It is
bit.
a little bit.
Well, we
but-
got the nostalgia factor with the Spider-Man movie, where you see all the 3 Spider-Mans joined together, and I fucking loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And I'll love Michael Keaton in the Flash
No,
movie.
you-
I know I will,
the thing is,
but that won't make him my favorite.
the
Batman.
'89 Batman could only do so much with what they were working with, but now you see him in action in a different way because it's
with modern technology.
Yes, yeah, and so there were
That's
some
cool.
scenes where you're like, oh shit, you like people in the theater out loud are like, oh shit.
That,
So-
yeah, I could see
That's
how that would
tight.
be cool.
But yeah,
But-
but I would
but-
say, like overall, we had the perfect storm for 2 different versions of the franchise because, to me, Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, and Danny Elfman,
Yeah,
that was a perfect storm for like a great,
it's more
Batman,
comic
Batman,
book
and
accurate
Batman
Batman, I
Returns.
think.
But then also, I'll also have to agree that like with the Christopher Nolan ones and who did the
Hans Zimmer.
yeah, and Christian Bale, that was like another perfect storm. I don't
Yeah.
think we've ever gotten that perfect of a version, you know what I mean? Since like I liked the, Robert Pattinson one. It was pretty comic accurate as like darkness and brooding and stuff. But, it will never compare to those 2 versions to me. Anything. Like so. But yeah.
Couldn't look at Batman as a sparkling vampire. Sorry.
Hey, I like the
Hey,
Robert
he
Patterson.
He did
one.
good.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
good.
He did a
and
good job.
I feel like that was
It was a great movie.
It was, and I feel like that was a year 1 story, and I fucking love it
Yeah.
for that. That alone, that
Mm-hmm.
it's year 1. Like he's kind of established. He's still learning stuff. Like he's trying to learn how to glide, and he wipes out and stuff. Like
Oh yeah, and then
Because
even
he's a
when he-
vampire and he
dude.
flies and sparkles.
dude, when he tries to like jump off the thing and use the bat cape or whatever, like the glider, and he like hits a truck, and the sound he makes when he
tumbles.
hits the ground, he's like, oh!
yeah, it's so good. Okay,
Yeah.
I do need
get
to know
that. I
who
get that.
who's the worst Batman though. Like who is the one that just shouldn't have ever even been cast? Only pick
mean-
one.
Fuzz,
Will
you're
Arnett
gonna hate me, dog.
Will Arnett and Lego
way.
Batman.
No way, he was perfect.
Oh, dude,
in
he was
that
the
No,
shit.
no,
I watched
no,
Lego
it was too
Batman.
good.
I watched
It was
Lego
too
Batman
good.
last week, dude. That movie still kicks so
Dude,
much
it's
ass.
so good. Yeah.
Fuzz, you're gonna hate me, dog. But George Clooney is the worst Batman.
George Clooney's the fucking worst.
No, he's the
Batman,
worst
man.
He is
Batman.
the worst Batman.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. I just love saying he's the best because it makes so many people fucking mad.
Well,
Yeah.
even Val Kilmer was a pretty decent Batman. You know what I
Val
mean?
Kilmer
Like,
was a solid
What? He was
Batman.
mysterious.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a solid Batman, but not a solid Bruce Wayne. He was
Right.
mysterious, but
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Jim Carrey made that movie. Let's not even
And
go
vice
into
versa
that.
with George Clooney.
yeah,
George
baby.
Clooney can pull off Bruce Wayne. George Clooney
Yes.
can't pull off Batman.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is so
Like-
fair.
Now, I do love Christopher, what's his name, as Robin.
Oh, Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell, yes. I don't know why I like him as a Robin. I thought he was great. But Uma Thurman, come on, dude. You know she made that movie, dog. Let's
Uma Thurman. Uma Thurman,
Uma
makes
Thurman
every
made that movie, dog. Uma
Uma
Thurman
Thurman
made that
makes
movie.
every movie.
Holy Rusted Battle. No, Holy Rusted Metal Batman.
Holy Rusted Metal Batman.
He's
Oh,
like,
dude.
huh?
Tommy Lee Jones, dude. Tommy Lee Jones was a cool Two-Face.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
be real. Tommy Lee Jones was a cool. Shut up,
See,
Toby. He
I
was a
honestly-
great Two-Face.
He
I
was
really like Batman Forever, and it was Joel Schumacher that did both of them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
yeah.
So it almost seemed like
It's just camp. It's
he
so
jumped
camp.
on board with Batman Forever and was like, we still got to make this kind of dark, you know. I'm going to throw a little color in there, but it's got to be, you know, overall kind of dark, kind of brooding still. And then whenever he got full control, like for Batman and Robin, he was like, let's play with some toys.
Yeah,
Like,
he was like,
yeah.
I liked when he was Adam West. Let's make him more like. Let's bring out the
Yeah.
bat
Dude.
credit card.
He's literally like, hey, let's break out the bat skates and like have
Oh,
him
dude.
fight hockey players.
Man,
Some
but
skis
we
and
did
shit.
get what's her name as Batgirl, fucking the chick from Clueless,
Oh,
whatever. I cannot think of her
Alicia
name right now.
Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Alfred's granddaughter,
But
dude. Come
they were
on,
just
that was
like,
cool.
but at that point in time, though, they were just like, bring anyone, we
Everybody.
can. Hey, let's cast everyone we can.
Dude,
Put him in a bat suit right now.
Dude, I will say
Let's
that
get
that
the entire
band
cast
is
of
so
Dawson's
bad.
Creek and
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Get
fuck,
James
dude.
Vanderbeek in here. I want to
James
see him in a bat
Vanderbeek.
suit now.
Get James Vanderbeek and the pie fucker. You know.
Hey, get their nipples out.
yeah, we want more nipples.
We want more nipples and more abs.
nipples.
Because there's never enough abs on those Batman suits. Let me tell you.
Okay, well, what's the best Batman suit?
Oh shit.
I'm going Christian Bale's, dog. Sorry.
You know
Christian
what?
Bale's,
I think Christian Bale's is the most logical, just because it's the most functional because it's almost
functional.
It's almost like a super soldier kind of army kind of suit, bodysuit.
I mean, I hated Batman Begins Batsuit, honestly.
Yeah.
It got better after in part 2 and 3. But I would
just
still
beginning,
I'd still
dog.
go Keaton though. I'll still go Keaton because it's just comic book accurate to me. Like, and then in the Flash,
that's the best Batmobile.
They showed it is. They also
The Ben Affleck. I guess the Ben Affleck suit should
Ben
be
Affleck was pretty tight too.
mentioned. I think it's probably
Okay.
the most. It's a good blend of like comic book accurate, but also functional.
Yeah.
Because it has like the gray with the black, and that's like an ode to Adam West. But it's also got like armor protection. But it also like he can actually turn his head. Like I feel like almost. I'm gonna say Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe now that I'm looking, because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, yeah, I think
But
Ben Affleck had a.
Also though, the Keaton version of the Batsuit, his boots in that are fucking Nikes, bro.
That's right, they are.
Are they Air Jordans?
They are like
Some fours.
apparently Nike helped them make like boots for the movie, and they're like yeah, and they're tight.
Like
honestly,
based off
if
the
you look 'em
dunk,
up.
I think. Off the dunk or the Jordan 1, one or the other. I'm
They're
pretty
like
sure.
the boots. You know, like have you ever seen the
think they
boot
were
version
Jordans.
of certain shoes? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
How have they not done like Nike Batmans, where it's like instead of like the Air Jordans, it's like Batman, like the silhouette of Batman jumping. Or
that would
something?
actually be pretty.
So
That's
when,
tight.
like playing, like when you do that and you start dabbling, costs a lot of money to do a collab like that, dude. So like it have to be, because a couple brands have released Batman shoes here and there or whatever, but it like the Spider-Man Jordans, like it's a big deal. Like it's costs a lot of money to partner with things like with brands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I
apparently they are the Batman '89 Nike Air Trainer Bat Boots.
Oh, they're the
Right.
trainers, like the Bo Jacksons, baby. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did
That
they
shit was
do
tight,
like an actual Nike for the Spider-Man Spider-Verse?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
it's the
The
one
dunks?
no, they're Jordan 1s.
Yeah,
they're not dunks. They're Jordan 1s.
but they did a re-release for the Spider-Man movie.
So they have 3 different pairs, if I'm not mistaken. And they're really fucking sick. The ones that just came out a couple weeks ago are awesome. I love those. I wanted them, but I'm on shoe probation, so
Tight.
I'm not getting them.
I mean, and also we could sometimes in the comics you could see the nipples, through the suit.
Nips.
but you don't just put them on the suit. That's kind of weird.
No.
So
Do you think their nipples rub in those suits, dog? You think they got to wear band-aids
yeah,
on their
dude.
nips?
Chafe, dude. They
Baby
chafe.
powder,
They
bro.
chafe so bad.
that's what you gotta.
That shit's got to suck, man. I
All
don't.
the
I don't have that
superhero-
problem with
all
my
the
tits, but
superheroes talk about this getting the baby powder, bro.
Yeah.
oh, dude, for sure, dude. My whole suit would be full of baby powder, dog. Get that chub rub, dog. Fuck.
Do you remember in Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2, he loses his powers a little bit, and then like he's in the elevator.
Yeah.
And he's like, nice suit. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, starts talking about how, yeah, sometimes it rides a little bit. It's
Yeah.
just really awkward and funny.
The only real Spider-Man.
See, we
Tobey
were talking about
Maguire.
that too.
We're gonna get into
We talked
Spider-Man
about that
talk.
earlier. Who the hell?
You want to get into
everyone
Spider-Man
likes.
talk?
That's fit. We gotta, you know what? Save it. We gotta save it. We gotta make the fans want more. We gotta-
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
guys,
yeah.
who is your favorite Batman? And also, you want to see us talk about who our favorite Spider-Man is? Leave it in the comments, bro. Because Michael Keaton.
Who's our favorite superhero? Who's our favorite superhero?
Hey, might as well put that too. If you don't think Batman is worth mentioning, say in the comments, bro. Be like, yo, Green Lantern is the only person worth talking about, son. Or
The original
Hawkman.
Fantastic Four. That's all I want to talk about.
Or who should be the next Batman?
Ooh, who should be
good
the next
question.
Batman? Oh, actually,
Or
there
is Robert Pattinson
there
going to
is
keep
Chris
it?
gonna be-
Evans.
Because, Chris Evans. Well, James Gunn.
That's America's
the
Batman.
new version of the DC universe is going to have a new Batman because the Robert Pattinson one is going to be disconnected from that. So.
No, it's going to be Chris Pratt because he's going with James Gunn.
But also-
Chris Pratt is going to be the new Batman. Calling it right now. You
Chris Pratt.
mark it down.
Oh,
It's
Chris
gonna be
Pratt is
it's gonna
gonna
be
be the
one
new
of the
Batman.
Chris's. It's one of the Chris's.
It's going to be one of the Chris's.
It's
'cause
Dave
there's-
Bautista.
There's oh my God. I would pay money to watch Dave Bautista stumble his way through a fucking Batman movie. Oh man,
And he's still eating food like Drax. He's like,
right. He's just like he just
Batman.
is Drax in a Batman suit.
I'd watch
Have
that.
reflexes like a cat. Oh, I'd fucking watch the shit out of Drax playing Batman.
but
Drax
yeah,
is
all right.
underrated.
All right, guys. Well, just leave it in the comments. Let us know what your favorite Batman is, and also, guys, if you're looking for a new pair of headphones, this video is sponsored by Sennheiser. We're gonna drop the link in the description below, and you're gonna type the discount code 10nerding723, and you will get 10% off. There's gonna be some, I think it's headphones, mics, and wireless things. Okay, and a USB mic. That's cool. Those are some of the
That's
options
actually
that
cool.
you have.
Cool.
So. But yeah, 10% off. It's helping us out if you buy something, and it makes us look cool because you're using my discount code. So yeah. Also, if you have suggestions on topics you want us to cover, hit us up at nerdingoutwithrickshaw@gmail.com. All right. Well, we'll see you next time, y'all. Later, nerds.
Cute Kid Rock.